The point is that one of the things that I felt that this government will do immediately they were sworn in was the issue of declaration of June 12 as the real democracy day, and then actually declaring MKO Abiola as the president of the country, but now late, and then all his entitlements paid. That was what I was expecting immediately they were sworn in, but they prevaricated, but eventually reason prevailed. And you can see the reactions of all Nigerians, irrespective of political divide or tribe. Everyone applauded that particular move. It was something that is worthy, something that is worthy of commendation, clearly healing also. Because one of the wounds of this nation, great nation, is this June 12 crisis and the injustice that was meted out to Nigerians and then to Abiola family and the entire family in particular. I mean, Abiola lost his life in the process. Abiola lost his wife in the process. Abiola lost his business empire in the process. And up to now, that injustice has not been addressed. And every year we keep on, remembering June 12 and then demanding that the proper thing should be done. It is better for us to look back, retract, and then take a proper step. Because as long as those injustices remain unaddressed, as long as they remain an injury to our political psyche, this country will never get it right and all that, because it's an injustice. And injustice
very good one. Yes. But a lot of people are also saying at the same time that because it took so long for this administration to realize that they needed to do this, on the eve of another election is when this is coming up. Is it not a political move?
Yeah, a lot of people, are
just
reading,
a political
some people
move.
Are reading a lot of meanings into it, and they may be right. But for me, it's of no momentum. I mean, in terms of looking at intention, or whether it's for political reason. Because it really reminds me of a particular incident in the Bible when Jesus, was with his disciples, and disciples went out and discovered that some people were using Jesus' name to heal the sick, to do all manner of miracles, and they came back complaining to Christ. Do you know that these people are doing this with your name and all that? He said, as long as
the gospel,
they are using my name in order to do all that, for God's sake, leave them. Don't get angry about that. So what I'm saying, it's either for political reason or for whatever reason that this particular good gesture has been demonstrated by this government. I do not care, too much about it.
Of course, it was for political reason.
Yes.
That June 12 was also annulled.
Annulled, exactly. So if June 12 is also restored by political reason and political move, good and fine. So I don't want to, delve into that. Well, it's a good, political move. There are political moves that are devilish, where you get angry, for people making wrong political move. But if it's a political reason and political move, to me, this is a right political move, even belated. But it's better late than never. So to me, it's of no ultimate consequence that it has been done. But the most important thing has been done. The wound has been healed, and all that. But they must go further in order to ensure that they still declare him the winner, because that declaration is something now that is very important. If he's declared as the president of the country, now that it's late, it then means that he'll be entitled to all his allowances and salaries, from that time up to date, and the family can also benefit from his presidency and all that, which he never in any way realized while he was alive. Now that he's dead and we want to heal all that, let's go ahead and heal all the entire wound. That is my suggestion.
The suggestion is that we go ahead and eat the rest. Do you think the presidency is willing to do the rest? Because every time an agitation comes from the civil society angle these days, not even these days, since they started the June 12 struggle, each time a need is acceded to, they always want more. Okay, you have done this, but there's more to it. And then you have now said, well, the more to it is other injustices around it be also addressed. But then we are now saying that there's also the social media reach now is about those that actually lost I saw a picture of somebody who lost his own leg, was shot during the June 12 struggle, and a lot of other people are not being recognized as we speak right now. Will this be part of the injustices you want addressed?
I think
they are not getting GCFR, they are not getting GCFR.
I believe in that healing process. If a government wants to do anything and all that, let them go the entire hog, because whatever is worth doing, is worth doing well. If there are people who lost their legs, there are people who became blind. I know one, a friend of mine that actually became blind, Musbao, as a result of the June12 struggle. Many people lost their lives and all that. And they are numbers that are manageable, that you can say, look, they are 20 or 30. We can pay the families compensation. You can do that. That is the entire healing process I'm talking about. I don't want a situation where anytime we are demanding something, the government sees it as something that is not doable, whereas it's something they could have done and then get all the accolades, get all the praise, and then get all the goodwill that goes with it. You can imagine if the government that came after Abiola had done the right thing. You can imagine if that wouldn't have, healed all the wound all this while. But they refused to. So why do you have to wait all those number of years for you to do the right thing? So why don't we go ahead? Even Humphrey Mosu, that also thought out the option A4, that also conducted an election and even declared a result, up to the extent that we knew even the result before it was declared by the national. I mean, at the national, because at the world level, at the state level, all the results were declared. It's just for him now to, round up. He was doing that. 14 states were already declared before the military intervened and placed him on house arrest. So why don't you also recognize him and then probably give him an award, now that he's even living? But you were very comfortable giving it to a vice that even abandoned the struggle along the line. So I'm saying, if you want to heal the wound, let's heal the entire wound. And then make sure that every of those, activists who suffered one loss or the other actually duly compensated. It's a healing process, and we can afford to heal that process and then get all the accolades and goodwill that comes with it. That's my